Hey guys, it's Keegan. I'm making this video because I just saw a super good movie last night and I was really surprised at how good it was considering it was a sequel. Last night I went and saw Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 I was kind of skeptical about because I was like, they can't strike lightning twice, like, you know, or lightning doesn't strike twice. You don't make a good movie 2 times in a row. And I was wrong. I don't know. There was a lot of skepticism because I was like, they're just going to kind of redo the same jokes again. They're kind of just going to try to relive the same thing that they did the first time, and they didn't. They actually blew me away. I was really pleasantly surprised. Alright, for a minute I'm going to go through a couple of the people that I saw in the movie that did a spectacular job. I was really surprised. As always, Ryan Reynolds did a fantastic job. He always does. He always fills out his characters. And I think he's one of the funniest people in movies right now. And I know a lot of people are going to shoot at me and be like, Green Lantern sucked. And yes it did. But without, well, no, there's definitely going to be spoilers in this video because there's going to be a couple of jokes I'm going to kind of leak out. There was a shot at Green Lantern that they made at the very end of the video, or the very end of the movie, that I thought was personally hilarious. But there was a lot of shots towards other movies and other like franchises and stuff that I thought were really well done, really well placed, and they were hilarious. So Ryan Reynolds, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Josh Brolin. Okay, so like we're gonna take a step back for a second and look at the fact that he just got done making one of the most money-making movie ever, even in the first weekend, with the Avengers. He just made that. He was Thanos in the Avengers. He was fantastic. He was one of the best villains in a movie I think I've ever seen, which is hard to do because there's a lot of good villains right now. There's a lot of good villains in general. He did a fantastic job. And I was like, wow, he's just gonna kind of do the same shtick he did for Thanos and kind of just be the same character, real melodramatic, real monotone, and you know, but he really changed. He really turned it around. He was funny, I mean, which is, it comes with a Deadpool movie, but he was also badass. Like, he was both. He did the thing that Deadpool is based on. It's like, yes, this is going to be funny, but it's also going to be entertaining to watch. So I was really impressed with his performance as well as Ryan Reynolds because he killed it. He did just what he did in Infinity War. He was exactly the character they needed to be. They needed him to be as Cable, and Cable's character was perfectly fitting in that movie. I loved it. The next person we're going to talk about, I had never heard of before this movie, but she did a fantastic job. Her name is Zazie Beetz. She played Domino, which, I mean, I was super excited to see because Domino is one of my favorite characters from the comic books. Her superpower being luck, if you didn't know that, because read a comic book, jeez, come on. But she did a fantastic job of just being like that snarky, funny character that was like, I mean, soon to be Deadpool's like sidekick, you know what I mean? But she just filled out the character really well. She was the backup humor that they needed. She was pretty easy on the eyes, you know what I mean? Something nice to look at. And I don't know, she was just a humor that was a little different. It was like sarcasm, but it was, I don't know, it was a little bit more realistic sarcasm than what Deadpool does. Obviously, you can't just go around screaming shit fuck about everything because that's what he does. But hers was like a snarky sarcasm that was like realistic and like you hear it every day, you know, it's something that happens every day. But ZZ did a very good job, and I was really pleased to see that Domino was part of the movie. Really funny way they brought her into the movie, but it was really cool. One of the last characters I'm going to talk about is Julian Dennison. Dennison, I forgot the last name for some reason. Dennison played as the kid that Deadpool was pretty much trying to protect throughout the whole movie, or to help out, without saying as much possible about the movie so you can go watch it yourself and enjoy it yourself. Julian played Fire Fist, which is a really goofy name for this character, but it was something that the kid picked out himself. Anyway, he did a really good job playing like the innocent character that didn't really know much, who enjoyed movies a lot, because you could tell by his character throughout the movie that he watched too many movies as a kid. He thought too many things were realistic from movies, so he tried these things and found out that they didn't work at all. So if you haven't seen the movie, just look out for the prison scenes, because that's literally where all that falls into, just the prison scenes. I know that sounds really weird, but that's where he messes up the most. But Julian did a really, really good job as well. So, personally, I would give this movie a good 8.5 out of 10. It was hilarious. It was really, really good. It was really funny. I'm very picky about my movies. I think that I'm one of the most critical when it comes to seeing a movie and be like, that was really good, or that could have been a lot better, they could have done something different. But personally, I would give this one an 8.5 out of 10 because it was good. It did just as well as the first one, I think, as being funny, being action-packed, and just being enjoyable to watch, just sitting there to watch it. I could watch it a few more times. The first Deadpool did get hey, after you watch it a handful of times, it stops being as funny, but it's still cool to watch. But this one I could see myself watching a few times, just to pick up all the little jokes and all the attachments to other movies and stuff like that. There's a lot of rewatchability in this movie, so I personally gave it the 8.5 out of 10 because I thought it was good. I liked it a lot, and if you like the first one, you'll definitely like this one. One last thing, I need you to go watch this movie, but stay to the end of the credits. But not all the way to the end of the credits, because after the black credits start to roll, I was real upset because, this is a spoiler, but I was really upset because at the very, very end of the movie, the very end of the credits, there wasn't a scene. There were some scenes throughout the credits, but at the very end, like there normally is in a Marvel movie, there were no extra scenes. So this may or may not mean that they aren't going to make a third movie. They might. I don't know. They just brought so many important characters into the Deadpool world and stuff, and they kept him alive throughout this movie. So it's they could do another movie, easily do another movie, but for some reason they didn't put anything at the end of the credits. So that leads me to think maybe they're not gonna do another one. Maybe Ryan Reynolds is done with his character. I don't know. All right, guys, that's it for my movie review. I didn't really talk about a whole lot that went on in the movie, but overall I really liked it, and I think you guys should go see it because it was a really good movie. I liked it a lot, and I think that you guys will like it too. So if you want to see more videos like this, you want me to do more reviews on new movies or old movies, even if you want me to go watch something that I've never seen and then talk about it, cool. Let me know. Share this video, like it, subscribe, and all that stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.